came to Bhagavan at the age of 25. At the age of 31 or 32, he was living in a temple in a village when he became mad with ecstasy. He said, "It was evening about 6 o'clock when I had that first experience. I was surprised, not shocked. There was consciousness, as though I was being told, 'This is what you sought.' It lasted only a few minutes at first. Later, the experience would return. What is the meaning of this coming and going of this experience? I thought. I want it when I want it. Then I got it. I was in that state for 3 months. I was like a mad fellow wearing a dirty loincloth, and I didn't bathe. I wouldn't enter into any houses. If I got some hunger, I would beg for food. Happy is not the word to express that state. Ecstatic is also inadequate. That experience is still there with me, like an undercurrent. Some devotees came and took to Bhagavan. At that time, I got the confirmation that it is that. I came with only one loincloth and ate in his presence. When I arrived, he was sitting on the sofa, and it somehow appeared to me as if he was sitting there waiting for me. If I am Bhagavan's devotee, to deal with me is more dangerous than to deal with Bhagavan. I may forgive, but Bhagavan will not. Your business is with the thinker, not with thoughts. Whenever your attention is given to thoughts, you must return it to the thinker. Ramaswami turned his attention to my picture of Bhagavan and said, "You may become calm and peaceful by looking into Bhagavan's eyes. In the hall, we would sit and gaze on his eyes. He would not blink. It is something like a child sucking from the mother's breast. The child is not exactly awake. It is blissful. It ingests the milk without swallowing. The mother's love is so great. The milk flows in a current to the child. In the same manner, we receive the current of grace from Bhagavan's eyes. Bhagavan's grace is so great, you cannot escape it." 20th of January 1983, afternoon. With bananas and puffed rice in hand, I ran up to the ashram for an ox-cart pradakshina with Kunjaswami, Ganesan and Paul. Climbing aboard, the four of us sat cross-legged. Ganesan first, then Kunjaswami, me, and Paul at the back. Side by side, we bumped blissfully down the road. Kunjaswami explained how it could be that many of Bhagavan's direct disciples, apparently out of their mind at the time of death, would be alert and clear in their recollection of Bhagavan. Moreover, they would reassure Ganesan that Bhagavan's grace was with them, and they experienced the awareness of him within. The mere contact with Bhagavan was sufficient to awaken divine knowledge in a person. Kunjaswami said, knowledge of the world is a separate thing, which may be affected at the time of death. The inner awakening might not be apparent during one's life due to the person's vasanas. Particularly in one's last days, many vasanas may have to come forth. The mind may become irrational, but it is the finite mind. Kunjaswami reassured us, don't think that because you didn't see Bhagavan in the body, that same inner awakening has not occurred to you. It is written, even to think of Arunachala assures one of liberation. But for thinking of Arunachala, you do not get the credit. He was speaking in a playful, exuberant vein. No, Arunachala makes the person remember him. Such is the power and greatness of Arunachala that even the most ignorant person, once having known of it, will have to think at least once a day of Arunachala. Kunjaswami continued his encouraging overflow. Once a person has come to Bhagavan, he cannot escape. In the marital garland of letters, Bhagavan wrote, I had but thought of you as Arun, and lo, In the marital garland of letters, Bhagavan wrote, I had but thought of you as Arun, and lo, I was caught in the net of your grace. Can the web of your grace ever fail? Oh, Arunachala. In Tamil, the emphasis here is on the fact that the net of Bhagavan's grace cannot be escaped. I am very happy and content to be caught in the net of His grace, I said. Kunjaswami laughed, concluded in the March-April issue.